Hello, everyone. I want to talk to you about something very close to my heart: learning to speak English. English truly changed my life. It unlocked countless doors, helped me forge new friendships with people from all corners of the globe, and inspired me to dream bigger than I ever thought possible. When I first embarked on this learning journey, I was filled with apprehension. I knew only a handful of words, and my accent was quite distinct, which made me feel self-conscious. However, despite the fear and uncertainty, I never gave up. I approached it step by step, much like a baby learning to walk. I stumbled and fell countless times, but each time I picked myself up and kept moving forward. I understand that many of you might be feeling the same way. Perhaps you're shy about speaking, afraid of making mistakes, or worried that people might laugh at you. These feelings are completely normal. But it's crucial to remember that making mistakes is an inherent and invaluable part of the learning process. If we don't dare to try, we can never truly improve. Think of learning to speak English like learning to swim. Initially, the water might seem incredibly deep and intimidating, and you might feel a profound fear about jumping in. However, once you take that courageous first plunge, you'll gradually begin to feel more at ease. The more you immerse yourself and practice, the more comfortable and confident you'll become in the water. One of the most effective ways to enhance your English speaking skills is through consistent listening. When you actively listen to English, your ears become accustomed to the various sounds, rhythms, and intonations of the language. You naturally pick up on how words are pronounced, and you effortlessly absorb new phrases without even consciously realizing it. It's much like listening to music. The more you listen, the deeper your understanding and appreciation become. Another powerful technique to improve your speaking ability is through regular practice, whether with friends or even by yourself. I often find myself talking to myself in English, which might sound a little silly, but it's incredibly helpful. You can pretend you're having a full-fledged conversation, asking yourself questions, and then answering them aloud. The more you engage in this kind of self-talk, the more fluent and natural your spoken English will become. And please, don't worry if your vocabulary isn't extensive. You absolutely don't need to know a vast array of complex words to communicate effectively. Simple, clear words are often more than sufficient. Just concentrate on conveying your message, even if it's not grammatically perfect. People will undoubtedly understand you, and over time, your vocabulary will naturally expand. When I was first learning, a persistent thought lingered in my mind. What if people laugh at me? But then I had a profound realization. If I never spoke, I would never improve. So, I pushed past my fears and spoke anyway. and what I discovered was truly encouraging. Most people were incredibly kind and understanding. They didn't laugh. Instead, they offered support and encouragement. So, if you're feeling nervous, that's perfectly acceptable. It's a natural human emotion. However, don't allow that nervousness to paralyze you. Take a deep breath, offer a reassuring smile, and simply start talking. The more you do it, the easier and more natural it will become. Another immensely helpful practice for me was reading aloud. When you read aloud in English, your brain simultaneously processes the visual representation of the words and the physical act of articulating them. It's like exercising a muscle. The more you engage it, the stronger and more agile it becomes. Additionally, never hesitate to ask for help. If you're unsure how to phrase something, it's perfectly fine to seek assistance from someone. We all need help at various points in our learning journeys. And asking questions is a fundamental pathway to acquiring new knowledge. One final and crucial piece of advice I want to impart is this: believe in yourself. If you constantly think, "I can't do this," then the task will indeed feel insurmountable. But if you tell yourself, "I can learn this," you will inevitably witness remarkable progress. English isn't inherently difficult if you approach it systematically, one step at a time. Imagine you're embarking on a challenging mountain climb. You don't reach the summit in a single giant leap. Instead, you take one small, deliberate step, then another, and another. Before you know it, you've conquered the mountain. The process of learning to speak English is precisely the same. Therefore, I wholeheartedly encourage each and every one of you to start today. Speak English as much as you possibly can. Don't burden yourself with worries about making mistakes, and don't strive for unattainable perfection. Just speak. Ultimately, learning English is akin to planting a tree. You diligently water it every day, and it grows slowly but steadily. And then one day, you'll observe that it has grown tall and strong, and you'll feel an immense sense of pride for persevering and not giving up. Remember, the most important aspect isn't the speed at which you learn, but rather your unwavering commitment to never stop trying. So keep going, keep talking, and one glorious day, you'll be able to proudly declare, "I did it." I vividly recall the first time I attempted to have a full conversation in English. My heart pounded in my chest. My palms were clammy with sweat, and I could feel my voice trembling with nerves. I was terrified of saying the wrong thing, of making a fool of myself. But I pushed through the fear and did it anyway. I spoke, and even though I undoubtedly made mistakes, I felt an overwhelming sense of pride because I had tried. You see, speaking English isn't about achieving perfection. It's about cultivating bravery. Every single time you utter a word or a sentence in English, you are taking a significant step closer to becoming a more proficient speaker. It's truly like a muscle. If you don't use it, it will atrophy and remain weak. But the more you engage your English-speaking muscle, the stronger and more fluent it will become. When I began my learning journey, I immersed myself in English by watching movies and TV shows. Initially, my comprehension was quite limited, but I persistently kept watching. I paid meticulous attention to how people spoke, observing their body language, their hand gestures, facial expressions, and vocal inflections. This taught me that speaking English is far more than just uttering words. It's also about conveying emotions and connecting on a deeper level. If you aspire to truly connect with people, don't be afraid to let your feelings show when you speak. Smile when you're happy. Furrow your brow when you're confused, and use your hands to express yourself dynamically. Language, at its core, is more than just words. It's the beautiful way you communicate your heart and soul. There will inevitably be moments when you feel stuck in your learning progression. You might find yourself thinking, "I've been studying for so long, but I'm just not improving." This feeling is entirely normal. Learning a language is like climbing a hill. Some days, you'll ascend rapidly, while other days, progress will feel painstakingly slow. But even when it feels slow, always remember that you are still moving forward. Never give up, even when the path feels arduous. One strategy that proved incredibly beneficial for me was setting small, manageable goals. I didn't aim for perfection in a single day. Instead, I established tiny, daily objectives. One day, I would concentrate on learning a few new words. The next day, my focus would shift to improving my pronunciation. Bit by bit, through these consistent, small efforts, I steadily improved. And critically, don't forget to celebrate your progress, no matter how minor it seems. When you learn a new word or successfully engage in a brief conversation in English, take a moment to genuinely feel proud of your accomplishment. Every small step is a significant achievement. Learning English is a journey, and every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your ultimate destination. I also discovered that maintaining a journal in English significantly aided my learning. Every night before going to bed, I would jot down notes about my day in simple English. This practice helped me to think directly in English, and over time, I noticed my sentence structures and overall fluency improving. You don't need to write lengthy entries. Even 1 or 2 sentences a day can be remarkably effective. When you're practicing speaking, make a conscious effort to think in English as well. Initially, you might find yourself translating from your native language into English in your head. But strive to move beyond that stage. Immerse yourself in thinking in English as much as possible. It's akin to learning to dance. At first, you painstakingly consider each individual step, but with consistent practice, the movements become fluid and natural. Another highly beneficial practice for me was finding friends who shared my desire to practice English. We would meet, perhaps for coffee, and commit to speaking only English. At first, it felt a little awkward because none of us were particularly proficient, but soon it became incredibly enjoyable. We learned together, laughed at our mistakes, and supported each other's progress. You can undoubtedly do the same. Find a friend or a group and practice speaking together regularly. It's natural to feel nervous about speaking to native English speakers. I certainly did. But I quickly learned that most native speakers are genuinely kind and patient. They don't expect you to be flawless. They understand that you are in the process of learning. So don't let fear deter you from engaging with them. If you make a mistake, they might gently correct you. And that's an excellent thing. Every correction is a valuable opportunity to learn something new and refine your skills. There will undoubtedly be days when you feel overwhelmed with frustration. There will be times when you feel an almost irresistible urge to give up entirely. But I want you to remember something profoundly important. You are stronger than you think. You have already taken the courageous first step by even desiring to learn English. And that takes immense courage. And here's the truly beautiful part. No matter where you come from, no matter what your background, English possesses the incredible power to connect you to the entire world. It acts as a magnificent bridge that brings diverse people together. When you speak English, you open up a world of possibilities. You can travel to new places, meet fascinating individuals from different cultures, and broaden your horizons in countless ways. It is truly a key that unlocks many doors. So, when those moments of discouragement creep in, remember why you started this journey. Think about the incredible opportunities that learning English will undoubtedly bring into your life. Envision yourself in the future, speaking English with unwavering confidence, forming new and meaningful friendships, and achieving your most ambitious dreams. Hold on tightly to that powerful vision. Let it be the unwavering force that propels you forward. And always, always remember to be kind and compassionate to yourself. Learning a new language is far from easy, and the fact that you are even attempting it means you are doing an amazing job. If you make a mistake, don't be harsh or critical of yourself. Instead, gently remind yourself, I'm learning and I'm getting better every single day. There will be moments when you genuinely surprise yourself. You might suddenly grasp a complex conversation or effortlessly articulate something without conscious thought. These are the exhilarating moments when you truly realize how far you've come. And those rewarding moments will continue to emerge as long as you maintain your commitment and keep trying. As I stand here today, confidently speaking to you in English, I want you to know that I was once exactly in your shoes. I was scared. I made countless mistakes, and there were many times when I desperately wanted to give up. But I didn't. And if I can learn to speak English, then, without a doubt, so can you. The journey might indeed be long, but it is absolutely worth every single step. Because with every new word you learn, with every sentence you bravely utter, you are actively building a brighter and more expansive future for yourself. I vividly recall the specific day when I realized that learning English transcended merely understanding words. It was fundamentally about forging genuine connections with people. I was sitting peacefully in a park when a tourist approached me, asking for directions in English. For the very first time, I didn't hesitate. I spoke with a newfound confidence. And even though my English wasn't impeccable, the genuine smile on their face when they understood me felt like pure magic. That was the moment I truly understood that English is an incredibly powerful tool, a magnificent way to bring people together. Learning English has imparted far more to me than just a language. It has taught me patience, resilience, and the profound importance of never giving up. Each word learned, each sentence spoken, represents a small but significant victory. And every time you speak, no matter how brief the conversation, you are winning. One of the most impactful strategies that genuinely helped me was integrating English into my daily life. I didn't wait for a formal classroom setting or a special occasion to practice. I used English everywhere, consistently. I would verbally describe what I saw while walking down the street, or I would consciously think in English while performing simple, mundane tasks like cooking or cleaning. These small, consistent moments of practice accumulate over time, leading to substantial improvement. I also derived immense benefit from talking to myself in English. I would pretend to engage in conversations with various imaginary people. Sometimes, I would even act out scenes from movies or TV shows, purely to practice speaking aloud. It might sound a bit unconventional, but it truly helped me feel more comfortable and natural with the language. The more I talked to myself, the more ingrained and instinctive English felt. And here's something I learned that might surprise you. It is absolutely okay not to know everything. You do not need to possess every single word in the dictionary to speak English effectively. Often, simple words are perfectly sufficient. What truly matters is your ability to clearly express your thoughts and feelings. Even if you don't know the perfect word, there's almost always an alternative way to communicate your message. English, like any language, is ultimately about sharing your heart and mind with others. Another crucial point I want to emphasize is the immense importance of celebrating every little success. I distinctly remember the first time I successfully ordered food in English at a restaurant. It was a seemingly small accomplishment, but I felt an overwhelming sense of pride. Celebrate moments like this. Did you manage to have a conversation in English today? That's absolutely amazing. Did you learn a new word? That's tangible progress. Every single step you take, no matter how tiny, brings you closer to your ultimate goal. And when you inevitably make a mistake, please do not be discouraged. In fact, I want you to actively celebrate your mistakes. Why? Because mistakes are undeniable proof that you are trying. Each mistake is a valuable lesson, a precious opportunity to learn something new and improve. When I used to make mistakes, I would often feel profoundly embarrassed. But now, I view them as invaluable opportunities for growth and refinement. You are absolutely not alone in this journey. There are millions of people across the globe learning English just like you. Many of them experience the same emotions: nervousness, uncertainty, and fear of making mistakes. But always remember, we are all learners, and learning is a lifelong process. Even native English speakers continue to learn new things about their own language every single day. If you ever feel stuck or feel like you're not improving fast enough, I want you to take a deep, calming breath and remind yourself that learning is a journey, not a frantic race. Some days you'll experience significant leaps in progress, while other days you'll take only small, incremental steps. Both are equally important, and both bring you closer to your objective. Confidence is a paramount ingredient in your learning journey. Another immensely important aspect I want to discuss is confidence. True confidence doesn't stem from being perfect. It originates from an unwavering belief in yourself and a willingness to bravely try. When you speak English, strive to speak with confidence. Even if you're unsure of your exact words, people will inherently sense your energy and determination. And that's what truly matters. Confidence is something you meticulously build over time. And the more you practice, the stronger and more deeply ingrained it becomes. Do not be afraid to practice with native speakers, even if you believe your English isn't yet good enough. Most people are genuinely kind, patient, and happy to offer assistance. In fact, many native speakers express admiration for individuals who are learning a new language because they fully comprehend how challenging and courageous such an undertaking can be. When I first began speaking to native speakers, I was incredibly nervous. But I quickly discovered that they truly appreciated my effort, and many even went out of their way to help me improve. To accelerate your progress, try to immerse yourself in English as much as humanly possible. Listen to English music. Watch English movies and TV shows. and read English books, articles, or online content. The more you consistently expose yourself to the language, the more natural and intuitive it will begin to feel. And don't fret if you don't comprehend everything at first. Over time, your brain will organically start to identify patterns, and things will progressively make more sense. Learning English can also be incredibly fun. You can play games in English, sing along to your favorite songs, or join online groups where people from all corners of the world practice English together. There are so many diverse and enjoyable ways to make learning a truly pleasurable experience. The key is to discover what resonates best with you and to maintain unwavering consistency in your efforts. And one more crucial reminder: be kind to yourself. Learning a new language is undoubtedly one of the bravest and most rewarding things you can undertake. It's not easy, and it undeniably takes time. But every single day you dedicate to learning is a significant step forward. You might not perceive immediate, dramatic progress, but rest assured it is happening. You are steadily getting better every single day. At the end of the day, always remember the profound reason why you're learning English. Whether it's to advance your career, to travel the world, to meet fascinating new people, or simply to challenge yourself, hold tightly onto that reason. Let it be your guiding light and your constant source of motivation. When the journey feels long and arduous, remind yourself of the multitude of doors that will undoubtedly open once you have truly mastered the language. As you continue on this incredible journey, I want to leave you with one final inspiring thought. English is far more than just a collection of words. It is a powerful bridge to new experiences, new friendships, and boundless new opportunities. When you speak English, you are not merely acquiring a language. You are actively stepping into a bigger, more interconnected world. A world brimming with endless possibilities. So keep speaking, keep learning, and never, ever give up on yourself. One day, you will look back at this very moment and truly grasp how incredibly far you have come. And on that day, you will smile with immense satisfaction and proudly declare, "I did it." Thank you for listening.